Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Let's get going with our insects. I'm practicing on more shapes. But this is the Ephemera Pack Field Notes. I may already have bought this. I have one of the Field Notes, but it might be a different one. Nope. Yep. Nope, it's different. Nope, it's the same one. Okay, now I have 3 of them. Ay, ay, ay. But I like all this stuff. And so does Michael Palin. And I'm supposed to get some more stuff today. I'm telling you, I went a little nutsos on Amazon. But oh well. It was all cheap. Well, I accidentally bought the, what do you call it? The frames for this to cut these out. No wonder this set was so expensive. But I have a quilting frame, a quilting cutting machine that supposedly you can use these things too. So, I mean, hello. That might be like a Sizzix. But it's not a Sizzix, it's a quilting version, but it's still the same thing. And I know one time when I've been to my quilting retreat, a lot of times they use Sizzix machines as well as a quilting brand. So they're basically the same thing. But that was a happy accident, but it was rather expensive. But look at this. And I have a stamp that had something like this, and I cannot for the life of me find it. I did a deep dive in here a couple days ago, and then I got a bug stencil. These are just the cheap ones. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Super cheap. But I did make a little pocket back here because I have my shapes that I made just templates out of. And I worked on the structure of this book a little bit more. Oh, I skipped a page. I might put a manufactured one in there. But this is today's. I painted it last night because it's more Christmas paper. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to collage the background with a lot of stuff and then put an insect on top. So let's see how that works. Hold on to your hats because this was fun as I go back to edit. I'm telling you. I said I was going to do a collage, and I did a collage on both sides, which in hindsight, I think I have some glassine envelopes. I would love to have that all show because I love it. I went through my pile of scraps that are the closest to me. This is one of many piles, unfortunately. And there's all kinds of stuff in here. But I kind of got a pink, brown, beige, gray, earthy tone coming through here. And the blue underneath barely shows, so I'm fine with that. And it wouldn't have mattered if it did or not. And seriously, this is just scraps in a vanilla envelope sitting next to my desk. And I'm trying to be more diligent. I'm starting off with bigger sizes and going down to smaller sizes and torn edges, straight edges, English fonts, non-English fonts, Procreate stuff that I made, stuff that I painted, printables. I mean, the same old thing over and over and over and over and over. This page is spectacular. This is, in my opinion, this is what I like to do. It's not spectacular. This is just what I love to do. Deli paper with jelly plating. There's some, and this is just, how many times can I say this? Therapeutic, therapeutic, therapeutic. Now, by the way, it's therapeutic. Now, at the top of my journal there, you'll see some little pieces of paper, black and white. Those are scrap pieces of mail that are on postcards, and that's what I cut out some templates for wings, bodies, everything, um, and I use them as a guideline sometimes. Sometimes I use them as the actual thing, um, but it helps me with the basic shape with the foundation. And I'm stamping over this. You can tell I've been on Pinterest this morning. Um, Ants are crawling in and out everywhere, having so much fun. And in my field of vision of watching things, um, I do like it when people start out with bigger pieces, go in with smaller pieces, stamp on the top of them, then start putting transparent things on top. Um, See-through stickers. This is kind of like a washi tape sticker that I've cut into pieces. Little tiny pieces of ephemera. This is when I can start in with some dots and things that I have laying here. If they're not small enough, I will cut them and make them small enough. Um, and this is what is my most favorite thing to do. Over and over and over and over and over. I never get tired of this. I never get tired of the results. I get tired of saying it. Um, Here's a piece of vellum ephemera that it's like a dishwasher advertisement from the 40s in Ohio. It works. Everything works. And I actually connected everything, which is an aesthetic I like too. Every single piece of paper is almost like in a ring, and I love that. So that was my foundation. Here's some more bugs that I found on Pinterest, and I decided the one in the corner with the brown background is done with newspaper headlines, and I'm like, I have lots of foreign newspapers, which I love collecting, and I can't tell the difference between Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, which I have all three. So I tried to do um, Hebrew, French, Oriental of some kind. I think it was Japanese, and Greek, I think. Or maybe I didn't get the Greek one in here. I have a Russian book someplace, and I have an Indian book someplace, but for those, I would have had to have got up and searched a little more because they weren't readily available in my eyesight, and so I went forward. That's an Israeli paper that I picked up when I was in Israel, 2008. Yep, still hanging around, still using it, still got lots of fodder left. Um, if I go to New York sometime in the next year or so, I would love to collect a few more. I have a Spanish one that I got in New York. I got a Japanese one, a Chinese one, um, and they're just like little straight Gazette papers, but they're good enough for what I use, for sure. I'm going to glue this newspaper to this piece of white copy paper just because it adds a little bulk and won't be so thin, and a tad transparent. Now this, I can't remember what book this is, but it has there's a French to English dictionary that I think I got on Etsy, and I'm using that. And this guy is going to be smaller than some of my pieces, so I'm just creating bodies to glue wings to. But that little piece, that Indian book, or I don't think it's Indian, Hindu, I don't think it is. I'm quite certain it's not, but I can't remember what it is. I have a Russian one too, somewhere. Etsy, it's the greatest thing in the world. But it has that rainbow, which is not really a rainbow, but that's a great body part for a bug. So I use that. Um, and Kurti, thank you for that idea about the coconut oil. I might have to try that, except that I don't like coconut. But for medicine, I might just consider it medicine because who likes any kind of flavored medicine? But I have not been putting Vicks Vapor Rub on my feet. Silly, silly, silly. I will do that tonight for sure. I'm in on the third pill of the antibiotics, so I think they're starting to hit. But we've had such wacko weather here. Everywhere's been having wacko weather. It's just not us. But it's so humid. We literally have 93 degrees humidity today. Um, so if you go outside, you get drenched immediately. coming into air conditioning, which my husband insists on keeping it like Minsk here. Um, I don't have a polar fleece on all the time, and that is deadly to my body going in and out of air conditioning. It's ever since we were kids, all three of us, my sisters, all three of us. Sorry about my hair. It is clean. It's probably still wet. Um, but all three of us are, just because we didn't grow up with air conditioning, I think our bodies never got acclimated. Even though I've been here way longer than I was in California. Well, not way longer, but longer. Um, uh, my body just does not like in and out of air conditioning, one or the other, not both. Um, and I'm the best one in that situation in our family. I think my sister that lives here also is the worst. Um, but look at that on top of all that collage. Now, he does fade into the background, but that's okay. Now, in my explanation that Michael Palin adds to this, because it is his book after all, don't forget we found it on the Piccadilly train. This is going to be his day 218 in Bogota, Colombia, and this is the Amazon font fly, because it has all the newspaper fonts. I think you already probably figured that out. Don't tell anybody though. Michael Palin is quite clever though, isn't he? But anyhow, I love this. I love this. This will probably happen a few more times in the next few days because this was so much fun. The Amazon font fly. Watch out for that if you ever go back to the Amazon, Curti. I don't think I'll probably ever get there. I would love to, but I don't think I ever will. Um, I really, really would love to go to Paris. I don't know. I got to get my husband on an airplane, and I'm not ready to fly just yet either. But the only time I've been is when it was freezing, and I would like to go when it's not so cold, um, and see Normandy for him because he never did get to see it last time. Okay, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Bye.